And he is also a student from the University of Kentucky.
Marcola.
And this is Marcus' friend Todd from the University of Kentucky, and they're going to share with us for a few minutes. So welcome these guys.
Allez, Marcos.
All right, well, I'm really excited about being able to be right here just because of this guy. This is a really great student from a great country, and I don't want to say everything about him because I want him to tell you about himself. So go ahead, Marcos.
My name is Marcos. I'm from Brazil. I study in Kentucky. I've been here in USA for about 1 year and 4 months.
All right, so 1 year and 4 months ago, tell us a little about, you're from Brazil, you're home.
Yeah.
What's in Brazil for you?
What do you mean exactly?
Like your like tell us your family a little bit, just a little bit of your background.
Okay, I'm a Christian. I grew up in a Christian family in Brazil, and when I arrived here in USA, then I expected many different things, and then when I arrived here, I feel a little lonely because you don't have like friends, you don't have a family here, and it's kind of hard to talk to people because the language is a limitation. Actually, for me, it's still a limitation 1 year after. But I realized that I remember one thing that my mom said to me: if you are a Christian, you have a family everywhere. Then I remember this. This thing encouraged me a lot because the first time that I arrived here and I stay alone in my apartment at university, and for like about 15 days, then it was totally loneliness. I think the biggest problem for international students, I think it's loneliness, because you arrive here, like you cannot talk very well, then it's hard to make friends, it's hard to find good people to talk, and then there's a totally different cultural, there's a food is different, the behavior is different, then it's very, very hard. But that time I remember what my mom said, and I say, okay, I can pray, and God can hear me, and can become me comfortable. Then every time that I felt lonely in my apartment and here in USA, I pray that God stay with me. Then I know if you have Jesus, you have a friend, or like a true friend, the best friend in the world, and Jesus can stay with you all the time. Then I know that even there's nobody around me, I knew it, that Jesus was with me. Then it's so great. Then this comforted my heart, and I feel much better. Other thing that I noticed, then I need to find people that help me. Then I started to attend the BCM, and I found a lot of people that help me there. BCM is a great place to make friends, like real friends. And this helped me a lot. Then that time, then when I make friends, then I start to go to the church, and I realized like what my mom said is true. Like now I have a family here in USA, like not my blood family, but I have a Christian family, a big family. Then this is so great.
All right, so if you are an international student, you can identify with loneliness and being away from home. Raise your hand if you say you can identify. Yes, that's similar. All right, so the theme of this conference is Go for the Goal, Olympics, stretching, and you can see like he's talked honestly in front of everybody about things that were difficult. But I want you to, if you would, share advice. What advice you would share for brand new international students?
Okay. My advice is first, you should find a good place like a BCM to make friends. Then believe me, you can find really good friends there. Like you can find some church. Then maybe you can say, no, I'm not a religion person. I don't want to go to church. I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about people to talk and to share your fear, to share your problems. You need this. You cannot live alone. You cannot stay totally alone. You need to share your problem. This become your problems smaller. Then I recommend you find like, or maybe BCM, or maybe some church to talk to people and share your life. I think it is very important.
All right, and we also have some Americans in the room, hidden in different pockets, different Americans. So, but they're around international students. So, what advice would you give to Americans who are befriending international students who are adjusting to America?
Well, yeah.
Be nice. Be nice.
I've never seen people as polite as American people. They're very, very polite. And then usually they talk to us and ask a lot of questions like where are you from, what language do you speak, and sometimes weird questions like what kind of animal do you eat? So, what? I eat monkeys. I'm just kidding. This is very nice. But there's a problem. Then that time you think, okay, I think I made a friend, but and then later you go to talk to the person again, and the person's like, oh, okay, like they don't say that, of course, but you feel like, okay, I talked to you, I ask you about your country, that's okay for me, no? Let me move to my American friends again. Then it's very, very hard. Unfortunately, sometimes it's very, very hard making American friends, like, because they're great people, but they like to stay with American people, and sometimes it's hard. But I understand it because I think it's too hard to talk to someone that don't speak or like really good English. Then sometimes it's hard to understand. I think now my English is much better, or it's not worse than before. Then now I can talk to people, but in the beginning, when I'm going to talk to some American, then some of them look at me, they don't say that, of course, but they look at me, probably thinking, what are you talking about? I don't understand. And there's one way to find out if you can, if the American person understands you or not. If they say, really, 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 it means that they understand you. If they do this like, they don't have any idea what you're talking about. Any idea. Then you need to say again. So my advice is for American people, like the Bible said in 1 Corinthians 14, say the love is patient. If you have love, the love from Jesus, you should be patient. If you cannot understand us in the beginning, and if we cannot understand you, be patient. Spend time. And I think this is my advice. Be patient, American people.
All right, and one more question. These guys, new international students, you're going to go back to your country. You'll be changed. Things are going to happen to you in America. You're going to develop. And so you've had difficulties. You talked about how God's helped you. How have you changed? How have you grown, would you say?
Yeah. And after a while, as I told you guys, then I made a lot of friends. Now I have like international friends and American friends. Actually, for us international people, everybody's international, even American, because we are here. Then I have a lot of international friends. And then, as I told before, BCM helped me a lot. And now I'm a kind of volunteer in BCM. I'm working with international students, and I have been seeing so many amazing things, like God changing hearts and modifying lives, and people that before was sad and totally sometimes desperate, God has been changed their hearts and modify and put the joy and their hearts. This is so great, and I have been seeing so many things, and I have been enjoying here. And it's so nice. Then I really like it. I never thought about go to another country to talk about Jesus before coming to America, but now I've been considering this. Then I think now I'm considered like a international missionary, something like that. And it's funny because I'm here in another country, work with international people, but I think this is a God plan. This is so great. Then I'm very glad about this.
Well, I'm glad that y'all have had a chance to get to know Marcos, because he's a great guy and he's famous for many things besides looking like Obama. And so you can come up and talk to him, and he'd love to share with you more. It's a courageous thing to speak in a second language in front of so many people. So let's thank him for coming today.
Oh, no, don't throw the tomatoes. Don't throw. Marcola.